had no feeling or movement from here up, so I was totally unable to wrinkle my forehead, which is great. Instant Botox or permanent Botox. But now I've actually got feeling back. I used to have a big drop from one side of the scar from here to here, which was a good sort of 2-3 mil, but even now actually it's even less than before, so it's completely gone, or virtually completely gone. You'll always have, I suppose, a tiny bit, but it's virtually nothing there. There's no shadowing, which I used to have. But more importantly, I've got feeling and movement, which I've never had.
So in terms of anybody else who's got a scar, what would you say to them about treatment?
Definitely give it a go. It's so worth it. And even if it's something that's ridiculously old that you think nothing can happen with. I mean, obviously these are 20+ years old. I've had nothing done in that time, and now 20 years later they're just amazing. I've got the movement, which is really nice.
Has anything been uncomfortable or painful at all during treatment?
Absolutely nothing. It's been very nice, very relaxing.
I've had a 4-stage bypass in 2004. There's been a big change in how much I can feel on those parts of the skin.
Because you had some numbness around the chest scar?
Yeah, a lot of numbness around all of the scars.
Oh yeah.
And on the arm. That has improved enormously.
Excellent.
So I'm now regained feeling on virtually the full extent of them.
And so how do you feel about the treatments? Would you recommend them? Anything you'd like to sort of say about?
Absolutely. It's been a life-changing experience insofar as the tightness is something that you get used to, and you think it will never change. Actually, the change has been considerable in a very short space of time, and it's given me a freedom of movement and flexibility that I didn't think I'd ever get again.
Scar was from where a tube was going into my stomach, so the scar was very pulled in, and I always described it as a second tummy button when I was a child, and that is it. You know, it's that pulled in, and amazingly, Emma has lifted it, so the scar, rather than pulling in like this, is actually sitting on the skin, and the tone around the scar has improved massively. The other thing that has been really interesting is, so I've probably always struggled slightly with proper abdominal breathing, and I've really noticed that when I do a proper low abdominal breath, it feels much looser around that area. So I think I have been absolutely amazed by the difference, particularly as it didn't really bother me beforehand, so I've not gone into it feeling like, you know, this is a terrible scar. It was just something I always had. But visually it's changed enormously, and just the sort of mechanics of this area in my body in terms of the breathing and the freedom is very noticeably different.
It's a huge difference, not only in how the scar physically looks, which I'm much less concerned about, but actually in terms of an improvement in the functionality of the knee. The reduced scar tissue has basically made exercising easier and improved the amount of work that I can do with the knee.
Excellent. And has any of the treatment been uncomfy or caused you any pain in any way?
None at all. It's just like a gentle massage, as you can sort of see from what you're doing there. It's quite unbelievable how such gentle treatment can lead to very significant results.
And you were saying just at the start of the session today that although when you leave you can feel a difference, this time particularly you noticed that it was a few days after that you were still noticing the scar was continuing to change.
Yeah, I think I've noticed that with most of the treatments actually. I can always visibly see a huge difference immediately after the session, well, at the very end of the session. But I then notice further continual improvement over the next few days where the scar continues to soften and flatten.